Hey Dean, so I'm going to run through the cast list first. Brad, I would say he always had an interesting comment to make, and had a lot of those to throw in the game and spice things up. Karen, I was glad that she was gone as quick as she was. Stacy is still as crazy as I remember her being. Austin, I always thought was a big threat, although I never really communicated with him. Heather, I didn't really get along with her and didn't like her too much, and if everyone was telling me the truth, the people I talked to didn't either. Robert, I never knew where to place him in the game. I talked to him a couple times, but I didn't know if I could trust him or not trust him. Charles was as crazy as everyone said. Donna seemed really nice. It was just too bad that we couldn't have kept her as long as we wanted to. Dean, your name is Dean, and people call you Simba. Casey, you seem pretty cool, but it appears I pissed you off, so join the list. Nick P, I was super worried that you and Becca had a really tight alliance, and that made you a threat. Rob is my awesome new friend from Britland. Sean, I probably didn't give Sean a fair chance in this game, and it's my fault. Becca probably was the one who scared me most in this game, just because I'd heard a lot about her coming into this game, and I didn't know if she was as big as a threat as she was made out to be. Carrie, I never talked to, but you were everyone's favorite player, so I assume that means you're a really good person. Jess is definitely not my number one fan. Trung gave me the most laughs I've ever had in any game ever, simply from his eviction. It was just pure amazement. Cynthia you're way too smart for these games. What are you doing? Go solve one of the world problems or something. Andy is one of the most caring people I've ever met. Drew is loyal to a fault, and Josh is the bizarro me. Now, I will answer your questions for you. My favorite celebrity is probably Quentin Tarantino. Not really an out there in the public eye celebrity, but he is pretty famous, so I'm going to count that as a list. My least favorite celebrity is Perez Hilton, just because I don't think you should be able to have that amount of fame for doing absolutely really nothing to achieve it. My favorite superhero is Deadpool, even though he's not really so much a superhero, but he's not a villain. I mean, he is going up against the Dark Avengers and Norman Osborn, so I'm going to count him as a superhero. He's my favorite superhero. My favorite villain is either the Joker or Carnage. Have always been two of my favorite characters, although they haven't done anything with Carnage forever. And it's not the Joker just because of the movie. I've been reading comics pretty much my entire life, and he is probably one of the most badass villains. The Goslings are Kate, John, Cara Nicole, Madeline, Kate, Alexis, Faith, Hannah Joy, Aiden, Jonathan, Colin, Thomas, Leah Hope, and Joel Kevin. 4 breakup celebrity couples from reality TV shows are Tila Tequila and Bob Barnhart, Travis Barker and Shannon Moliker, Jessica Simpson and Nick Lachey, and Mike Boogie and Krista. My phone is a cordless phone. Not very shocking. I have a cell phone, but I don't really care about it. I'm not really too into the phones. MTV or VH1? Interesting question. We don't have really either in Canada. We have MTV Canada, which is different from MTV, and we've never had VH1. Now, Much Music, which is our music station, is our MTV, and Much More Music is our VH1. I would probably go with Much More Music because they have more interesting shows on there. But since the question is MTV or VH1, I'll go with MTV because it's the only one that we have a version of in Canada. So, thank you for your interesting questions, and I hope it helps you decide a vote.